Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? So, that's a number. That's a number. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing fantastic. We're gonna have a fun one today. At least, always look on the bright side. Humidity levels are low. And as somebody who 3D prints, it's good to have low humidity. So yeah, I'm wearing a sweater today. So Jake Joe for the sweater. It's snowing. It wasn't snowing last I checked. It was sunny out. Let's, you know what? Actually, I'm not gonna open that door. It's taken all night to get up to 11. I'm not opening the door. Yeah, so it's like cold AF right now in my area. It is, I think, -12 Celsius outside, and it feels like -20 to 25 out with wind chill and all that because it's windy. So the fact that it's actually +12 in here, right? It's gone up +12. I'll take it. But I had to get totally I had to channel my inner Chilean soccer team, or sorry, football team that's stuck on the side of like the Andes, because I had to, like, you know how I got the fake wall here? I had to find everything I could to like try and separate the air movement between this side and the other side to try and, so the little heater that I have wouldn't have to work as hard to heat up. And it's actually worked. It bought me about 3 degrees Celsius. Small victories. We'll take it. Yeah, I've also had to go through and change the min temp on all my printers. All my printers were like 10 to 300 for hot end temperatures before they would error out. They're now 2 to 300. So that's another thing. Just heat up all the printers. No, printers are actually, we tried it. I tried it. Printers are horrible for heating up a room. They put out a bunch of heat, but they don't move the heat. So if you notice, like heaters, like I've got my little space heater I bought at Costco here. This has fans in it. This actually blows the heat out. When you heat a printer up, the heat just kind of sits there. It doesn't actually move heat around the room. So like an enclosed room inside, if your house is already warm, yeah, you'll probably notice it. But I did try it out here. I cranked every printer that I have on this shelf up to 100 for half an hour. It did nothing to the ambient temperature in this room. It might have gone up half a degree, if that, which the little space heater does more than that, and it's a bit more efficient. So what are we doing today? What are we doing today? We are installing a Kraken in a minute, once everyone gets in here. I don't like jumping right into builds right when the stream gets started. So while we do that, I'm gonna faff about with some stuff for the power armor, because I've got to figure out how I'm doing the hands on the power armor. So I've got gloves. But yeah, so how's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? I've got an update. I have an update with the mysterious package from FedEx. Who wants to know what the status of the mysterious package from FedEx is? And who can guess if it's good or not? who wants to take a guess? Who wants to take a gamble or a guess as to how my package is, how that's coming along? Any takers? It's good, right? It's good, right? Got damaged? No, it hasn't got damaged. Hasn't got damaged. So it hasn't moved. It hasn't moved. I have spent the past like week dealing with FedEx trying to get this package released, and they just won't. They don't know what the heck they're doing. I've got like 20 different people I've talked to through this whole ordeal, and nobody saves anything. I called today and I'm like, hey, what's going on with my package? And they're like, oh, we need this information. I'm like, great. I emailed it to you on like Wednesday last week. Has the package moved? And they're like, oh, let's check the customs people. And you know what the customs people send me? Do you know what the customs people send me? They send me an email with a note from the customs office, like the FedEx broker people, send me a note that the government office sent them on January 8th saying what information I need to send them. I sent you that information on Wednesday. It's like, it's just frustrating because I can't do anything. I have to wait for FedEx to sort out what they're doing. I've got half of mine at this point just to drive to the customs office and be like, hey, customs guy, let's just get FedEx out of the equation. What do I got to do to get my shit? Where did I order from? It's a pack. Oh, here we go. I got another email. Understood. The series that is all that I can only let you know what the offer is. Request I will provide you as a contact. Okay, cool. Okay. But I sent all this info. On Wednesday, but the letter you just sent me is from last Monday. So is the stuff I sent enough, or are you working off their original request for info? Am I able to just not deal with FedEx and go with FedEx to just go to the customs office and do your job instead? This myself, I've been waiting over a week for this package, and I've done everything FedEx has requested, and it has not moved. Send. You want to win a spool of filament? You want to win a spool of filament? Enter to win a spool of filament. Every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. While you're down there, check out the links in the description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. If you do that on today's stream, I will use that money to personally be a pain in the ass to FedEx, because they have been screwing me over since like day one with this bullshit. And I ain't paying you guys. After all this, no, when you send me the bill in a month saying I owe you guys like $120 for your brokerage fees, you ain't getting it, because I'm doing your job for you. And I'm gonna send you an invoice. You're getting an invoice for what you've cost me in terms of my time. I ain't paying shit. I'm arguing with FedEx popcorn. Yeah. The plate of the Canadian streamer. Oh, buddy. It is so annoying because you can't do anything. And it sucks because every time you call into the call center, you get another person who doesn't know what's going on. Bearded Bucket gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. And I missed one earlier. I'm sorry. Ballant. Hungarian Funny Monies, 2,000. Cheers, Kraken. Nice. Cheers from Hungary. Yes. So, okay. Let's actually get to the content, the meat and potatoes of the stream today. What you're actually here for. I finished printing the Stormtrooper helmet. So if you're wondering about the VZBot, here we go, the Stormtrooper helmet. I kind of goofed. I had a near panic because I thought I lost the print like 18 hours in, and I saved it. So this actually ended up taking 24 hours, pretty much bang on 24 hours to print. So the print estimate was off. And right about here, you can kind of see it. There's a little line right there. So what happened was I had to switch the spool, okay? So I had to switch the spool of filament because this needed like 950 grams, and I had I didn't want to risk it. So I paused it and I swapped the spool. The problem is the XY motion on this and the homing is off slightly. So it homes to the front right. If you're looking at the machine, it homes to the front left actually. But when I hit pause, it parks at the back right. Well, my movement is off. I gotta adjust it so it actually hit the frame. So it's supposed to have like 330 millimeters. I think I have it like set for like 335 or whatever the default values are. There's not enough travel. So what ended up happening was it basically caused a layer shift when I hit pause, because it went and it parked itself at the back right, and I could hear it thunk against the frame. So I'm like, uh-oh. So when I put the new filament in and I hit resume, it shifted. It was out maybe 2 or 3 millimeters in like the X. Yeah, in the X. No, in the Y. It was out like 2 or 3 millimeters in the wire. So I'm like, great, I've just lost the print. But I'm like, wait a minute. Pause. Immediately pause the print. I rehome the X and Y, and then I hit resume. Not the Z, but I rehome the X and Y and I hit resume. Boom, we're good. So I've got a little line because I missed one outer wall in one section. But other than that, not bad. It doesn't have input shaper on it because I haven't put input shaper on this yet because it's not enclosed yet and it's not on its final home. This is a wobbly AF, so I didn't do input shaper on it yet. But that will probably be Friday or Saturday. We'll probably do it Saturday. Saturday night we'll enclose this, and then I'll do input shaper with it on the ground so I can get a decent value. So yeah, so that's this helmet. I've now printed like 4 helmets in the past month. So that'll be good for the video that hopefully maybe Thursday, if I can get around to filming it. I'm gonna start the video series on the T45 power armor. Hopefully this week or next. It's cold, so we'll see how filming goes. So yes, as Anton said with the nice €6 donation, cheers, appreciate it. Today we are releasing the Kraken. We are releasing the Kraken. So today's stream, oh, there's a blown fuse. Today's stream, we are putting a Kraken on this. Now, what is this printer? This is my Tallboi. What is Tallboi? Tallboi's a 2.4, and we're doing a whole bunch of mods to it. So it's got tap in it, as you can see. It's got a Galileo 2 extruder in it. It's got the Vitali CNC tap kit in it. It's got the Chaotic Lab, which is pretty much Big Tree Tech. Carbon fiber AB motor mount and XY joint. This has the Beefy Z mod from Klee, I think. The Beefy Z mod. And now we're putting a Kraken in it. We are putting a Kraken in it. So let me get all these parts that I printed off here so I don't lose them, because that would be really bad. And yes, all the parts are printed in white and red because I forgot to turn off filament rollover mode. And I thought I had more white filament loaded in the printer than I did. Also, you want to know how much I paid for this stupid DIN rail? I had to buy DIN rails that had to show up by today for this build series. So I had to buy DIN rails off Amazon. The problem with Amazon is all the DIN rails are like 12 inches. I need more than 12 inches. So I had to buy 18-inch DIN rails, which there was only one person that had them for sale on Amazon Canada that would get them in this week. And they were not cheap. I way overpaid for these, but that's the cost of business. The front belts look sus. They do look sus, and that's because they're not tight at all. None of the belts are tight. None of the belts are tight. They're all loosey-goosey. Nothing's in its final position yet. Everything's just kind of hanging there temporarily. Like, obviously. And actually, I gotta print stuff, but I won't do that today. I won't do that during the stream. But I gotta print some stuff because I still have, you can kind of see here, I still got these blue ones because I forgot to print some red ones. So, today we're installing a Kraken and we're also installing a Toolhead board. So that should be interesting. So I guess we start under the hood and do we want to start at the bottom and work our way to the top, or at the top and work our way down? Let's start at the bottom. Let's start at the bottom, work our way to the top, okay? So luckily I can just do that. There we go. So that is that. Let me get a camera over on this side. So you guys can, hello. Boop, 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 boop. Also, look, I have a door. And by a door, I mean something to try and keep the cold air from rushing through whenever the garage door opens. Also, yeah, it's shiny. That is shiny. Okay, so we're gonna have to undo some of this. So For those that don't know, this machine has been through a lot. Originally, back in the day, this had a ramps in it. It was a V1. Then it was a V2.2 with a, God, what controller did I have in it? I can't remember what controller it had when it was a V2.2, but it never got finished. Then it was a 2.4 with a octopus? Yeah, it had an octopus, and now we're putting a Kraken in it, so. Every business that does technical installations. Yes, but that would require me going to find one of these businesses and buying them. And the problem is, a lot of those businesses that do that, they don't really have a storefront. A lot of it is like they sell through vendors. Like I've done it in the past. I've had to do it in the past where I tried to buy something from like a, I can't remember what it was. It was an SSR. I needed to buy an SSR. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just go to like one of the stores in town that sell to people that have that, like one of the, because we have a lot of tool shops in town. So I figure go there. And they're like, do you have an account with us? And I'm like, no. Well, you need an account with us to buy stuff. And I'm like, I just want, I have cash. Just go get an SSR in the back and I'll give you cash. Like, no, you need an account. And I'm like, okay, I'll create an account. Cool, what's your business? And I'm like, I don't have a business. This was before I actually set up the business for the YouTube channel. Like, well, we can't do anything then. I'm like, what the frick? So I ended up just going on DigiKey. But the problem is you gotta wait a while, so. It's like when places give you the FU price. Mike, thank you for becoming a member. And Derdenkel, $5, Din Rail stream rebate. With the amount of members we've gotten so far and the chat revenue, I think I might have broke even on the Din Rail by now. So thank you, appreciate it. So what do we gotta do? So that's a big tree tech. So this is all my motors. Okay, let me, because we're gonna have to redo all of this wiring under here. So let me just undo all of this, because I don't know which is which. So undo all of this. DigiKey didn't have them. I didn't look on DigiKey because I didn't want to make a DigiKey order by itself. Same reason I didn't buy the 48 volt power supply, because we're gonna do 24 volts first and then we'll do 48. Also, again, in Canada. So a lot of what you guys think is next day shipping isn't for me, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna have to unplug you. Okay. And let's get this down. So while I'm doing all this, again, if you haven't had the chance yet, every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button if you want to help support the channel, the content I create. There you go. We got a Raspberry Pi here. At least it ships your Kraken. Well, okay, to be fair, this Kraken was sent to me by Big Tree Tech directly. So. The Ender 3 upgrade to Switchwire worth it? Personally, if you got like an old, like an Ender 3 V2 or something like that, most likely, because not only are you getting the Core XZ, you're getting a bunch of other quality of life things that make an Ender, a basic model Ender, kind of not suck as much. You know, a better motion system, better quality components, bed leveling, that kind of stuff. So if you have like an Ender 3 V2 or one of the more basic Enders, it makes more sense than like the newest Ender 3 that has all the fun stuff already on it. So it really depends on what your current setup is and what you're looking to get out of it. So potato. Okay. Gonna save that. You, I don't need anymore. Because we gotta put a DIN rail in here. So how am I gonna put a DIN rail? So it's gonna go, you're gonna go here. You're gonna go there. I'm probably gonna have to get rid of you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of you. That's gonna be annoying. You're blessed with a few Granger. I used to have a Fastenal, Technically, we still have the Fastenal, but it moved. I used to have a Fastenal that was relatively close to my house, and I knew the guy who worked there, or one of the people that worked there, because he was a Fastenal rep for the shop I worked at the time. So I used to be able to like go into a Fastenal and be like, hey, I need stuff, and he would just hook me up with like, you know, I would just pay like the normal rate for stuff, and it was great. But then he left Fastenal, and then the Fastenal that I got all my stuff from closed, so now I would have to go into town. So it's not as easy as it was. That was a nice couple year or two of just like, I need this, and then I just went and got it, and it was great. Where's my spatula? Okay, so you're gonna go there. So we've got our, where did I put that dim rail that I had? Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Dim rail. So I've already gone ahead and cut it. Never shorten this. You can't shorten these cables. The cables are the cables. You can't shorten them. At least I don't think you could shorten these cables. I mean, you can get a shorter cable, but that would require spending money. What's the difference between the BFI, AB Idler, and the Ramas? I like the BFI design a bit more. BHP the rail? Nah. Okay, so this is gonna go right about there, because it's gonna go here, because this is really the only spot I have for it. So you're gonna go there, and then the Kraken will mount right here. Hopefully all my cables are long enough. I think they are. Should be okay. Yeah, so you're gonna go right there. Yeah, you're gonna go right there, and the Raspberry Pi is gonna go right there. Okay. This'll work. This'll work. Okay. Let me get some. Nope. M5s. Nope. M512s are not long enough. M516 maybe? There we go. And T-nuts. I would rotate the Kraken to have the motor controllers towards the frame vent. Yeah, well, I'll play around with the actual setup once I get it in position. It's just, for now, I'm just trying to figure out roughly where it goes. How do I not have M5 T-nuts? How do I not have M5 T-nuts? Where are all my M5 T-nuts? I had a whole bunch of them. Where the frick did they go? I got those ones. Oh, there we go. BFI are more robust but functionally the same. There you go. I haven't used the Rama ones. The reason I haven't used the Rama ones was literally I posted it in on the Voron Discord. I just hey guys, what are the beefy idlers that I should use? And a bunch of people like just use these ones, and they linked the BFI ones. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna use those because that's what people told me to use. So. Extreme, let's label all the boxes. I do have the boxes labeled. It just, see, they are labeled. I'm just The thing is, they're labeled just M5 T-nuts, and I need the hammerheads, not the slide in. And the problem is I have them all mixed together. And I just want to use hammerheads because it's easier for this assembly here, instead of having to line up the regular T-nuts. There we go. Okay. There we go. This is annoying. I really don't like having to deal with customs. I just want my printer. I just want my printer so I can do some testing and have a good time. But no. This is the problem, because every other vendor, whenever I send stuff, they just write whatever. But FedEx, being FedEx, overdoes it, and they send way too much info to customs, and the customs gets sus, and they're like, "Oh, we need you to verify all this now," and it's like, just tell me how much I owe you and release the package. Well, we need to verify if it's going to be for sale. It's not going to be for sale. And why does it say sold on it? I don't know, because the guy at the shipping department at frickin' the company just put sold, because that's how they ship stuff. They just ship it. They shipped it like they do everything else. So annoying. There we go. Yeah, it's super annoying. I'm okay with them being strict with stuff shipping from China, but release it. Like, I'm okay with it being strict with it. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm one of those people, I don't care for paying taxes. I like paying taxes because taxes cover things, right? I'm okay paying taxes. I'm okay paying duties, you know, within reason. Government duties, yeah. FedEx fees, no, screw them. But like, I'm okay with that, as long as it goes towards something. But now you're inconvenience me. Don't inconvenience me. I just want my package. DHL. You want to know who the best is? USPS. Because USPS don't give a shit. They just put whatever and just send it. And they don't do the FedEx thing. FedEx like pre-clears everything. So they'll assume always the worst case scenario and always pay the max fee for everything. Where USPS, when a package comes through, sometimes they don't even pay duties. It just comes through because they didn't like. It's up to CBSA to put a value on something. So if you don't tell them a value and they don't put a value, then there is no value, and it just comes through. So that's why I like, you know, if you ship something to me, ship it to me USPS. It takes a bit longer, but usually I don't get screwed with stupid fees out of nowhere. So I'll take it. Okay, self-tapping screws. It is nice enough to lose stuff every. Well, they pass it over to whatchamacallit. Canada Post. There we go. Have an exclusion price range like the... Yeah, there's like there is one. I don't know exactly what it is, but they do have like a, if it's over a certain value, you don't pay type thing. I don't know exactly what the value is, but it is a thing. How am I gonna do this? So that's gonna go like that. So I want that like this. Yeah, we want that like that. Is domestic shipping, but their international shipping is top tier. Well, there you go. Well, luckily for me, whenever I deal with USPS, it's international, so I'll take it. I shall take it. Social programs are trying to kill too. I know, it's so annoying. Because for some reason people don't realize that the mail is a service and it's not supposed to make money. It's the same as like your water bill or your power. Those aren't supposed to make money. They're supposed to, you know, they're a service. It's a government service. So declared a gift under 60. You got to be careful with that. The most annoying thing I've ever had to deal with customs was what company was it? Makes a who makes the Super Racer again? Or the V400? Who is it that makes that? The Deltas? FL Sun. FL Sun, when they sent me their V400, or no, not even the V400, the SR, the Super Racer, they put it as dealer sample $50 on the customs form. So, of course, customs is like, this thing weighs like, this box weighs like 40, 50 pounds. And they put gift $50. So I had to go down there to customs and like explain to them everything. Like, hey, this is a 3D printer. I don't know why they put that value. They just reached out. They're like, hey, do you want to review this and make a video? I'm like, sure. And then they sent it. So we had to look up what the value of the printer was online, and I had to like pay all the duties for it myself. So yeah, I wasn't too happy with them for that. That was a bit annoying to deal with. Okay, there we go. Kraken time. So the Kraken, here's the thing. I'm thinking I'm gonna mount it like this. Yes, this is further away from the fans, but let's be honest, it's like an inch, and it's gonna be like a wind tunnel under here, and it should be okay. If I put it like this, I gotta run all the power up to here, versus if I wire it up like this, everything's power's down here, and then the motors all plug in there. Yeah, we're gonna go like this, because all the connectors that I'm gonna need are, shit, they're all right there. Yeah, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go like this. Yeah, we're gonna wire it up like this. This makes a bit more sense, I think. Yeah, we're gonna wire it up like that. What the heck? Okay, these aren't right. How is... What does that say? What does this say on there? What does that say? That says Kraken, right? So if that says Kraken, Why does it not line up with the Kraken? It does not line up at all with the Kraken. I think they changed the design of this since production to release. Shit. Does anyone happen to have a Kraken mount that I can borrow? Yeah, they what the heck? Why doesn't this fit? Yeah, these Doc. Shit. For sure with Doc who sent me those files. Okay, so the Kraken mount is too small. It don't fit. I'm providing live feedback. Live feedback to the Voron team. One second. It's too small. Yeah, this, what the heck? So what am I supposed to do here? They said they were gonna PR it in. It should be on the GitHub by now. 4 months ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago, nothing in there. Shoot, it's not in there. Big Tree Tech Kraken? Files. 3D? Do you have a mount in here, Big Tree Tech? No. $101mm across? Yeah, that seems right. 101mm, but it's I'm trying to figure out why this doesn't fit. You made one. Well, if you made one, can you share it? Because trying to figure out, because these were the ones I think either Doc or Steve or somebody on the Voron team gave these to me to print. But I'm wondering if these are meant for the different one. There you go. Download. Okay. Orca slicer it is. Un momento, por favor. We're gonna use the rat rig for this. Why the rat rig? Because I want to. And because it's probably gonna be the fastest printer for this. Rat rig, cool, device. Let's heat you up and get some filament loaded in you. We need to mirror this. Mirror along the x-axis. There we go. Okay, you're good there. Okay, 1 second here. Size plate. Oh wait, no, this is ABS. Where's my 105, 260, 18, cooling? Where's my min layer time? work. I'll just speed it up. Print. Upload and print. There we go. Check the Discord. What do you mean check the Discord? Check the Discord for what? No, whatever. Okay, I've got one. It's printing now. Gotta fix this because this is not loaded. Shoot, I need a spool holder. There's one up there. I need a spool holder for this. It would really help if I had a spool holder for the filament that I have loaded in the spool. Otherwise, we're gonna have a bad time. There we go. Cut you. There we go. Cut you. You come out. You come out. You can just kind of rest there. Crappy filament. There we go. And you can go there. There we go. Okay, while that does that, let's put the toolhead board in, I guess. Might as well do the toolhead board while we wait on that. Also, I'm cold. I'm starting to get cold. It's a bit chilly out. Although it has, oh no, it hasn't warmed up. It's still 11.9 degrees Celsius out here. Okay, toolhead board time. So I haven't actually used a CANBUS toolhead on a full-size boron yet. I know I got to take off the extruder, or the front here. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be wobbly as all heck, because nothing is tight belt-wise. So it's going to be wobbly. I know. Is the garage door foam panel? They are. Actually, they are. So for those wondering, in terms of like my little upgrades to the garage, insulating the front garage door has bought me about another 2 degrees Celsius in here. And then also my little shelter wall from Alive has bought me another couple degrees, because yesterday the weather was the same and it was 8 to 9 degrees Celsius in the garage, and now it's reading 11.9 degrees Celsius. And I have seen it hit 12, so it does seem to be working. Have good weather stripping. It's okay, but it's old. I need to replace it, which I can't do right now because it's actually frozen solid. I can't actually open my garage door right now. My garage door is, because of the wind and the rain that we got before it got really cold, and the fact that it's above freezing in the garage and negative 12 outside, my garage door is actually frozen shut. I can't open my garage door, which is not good. But it is what it is. Come on. There we go. I don't know why these 50 mil ones never want to come through. Turn all the print vents on. I've tried, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I've tried. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna go over here. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go there. Take these screws out so I don't lose them. Oh, the color. I like it too. It's what is it? It's Sparta 3D Cherry Red or something. It's, what color is this? This is, I have it still loaded in the machine. It is Sparta 3D Sparkle Cherry Red ASA is the red that you're seeing. And it's a really nice color. I like it. Okay, so I've never actually used this toolhead board before. So from my understanding, it mounts back here. Part of it mounts back here, and then the other half mounts to the actual tool head and that. So the fans, this goes in here, I think. So this goes like that. And then you connect your fans to it. What are you? Oh, bamboo. Did you just break? You just broke on me. God. Now I gotta play the whole. Oh, my bamboo's jammed. I swear. You know what's funny? I love when I check subreddits and it's like, this printer just works. I've never had any issues with it. It's like, yeah, that's okay, sure. Whatever you say, whatever you say. Okay. Will you work now? It just works. It just works. It just works. Okay. Close. Okay. Filament. That one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Filament. Yeah. Okay. No, I want you to load. Okay. You know what? You know what? There. You know what? You don't want to listen? Cool. I'm gonna turn you off and turn you back on. There we go. Okay. Oh, I was on the wrong screen. Sorry about that. Okay. So how does this work? So I'm assuming. Let me see if there's instructions for this. Let me actually find the instructions for this. Because this is what I got here. So it's the SB2209. Ah, dang it. I've got broken filament in the AMS. It's just going to keep unloading forever. Great. I'm just going to turn the printer off. Whatever. It's so annoying that you can't just like, hey, feeder 1 screwed up, just ignore it for now. No, it's gonna be like, no, I'm gonna keep on loading until the end of time. I can't just tell it to ignore the error. Remove the sticker from the fan. Why do I have to remove the sticker from the fan? Let me find the actual instructions for this. So that goes there. This mounts on the back of that. Installation guide. Oh, huge resistance torque. Okay, thanks to Chaotic Lab for guys. Wow, they really. Okay, so that one's RGB. We're not doing any RGB. I actually don't have any RGB on this printer. I don't actually put the LEDs in my Stealth Burner tool heads for 2 reasons. One, none of my camera angles would actually benefit from having nozzle lights. All my camera angles are usually from the top looking down, so nozzle lights don't really benefit me. 2, it's added complexity of wires that I don't deal with. So, okay, so that's the one fan. So that's fan 1, fan 2. And the PWM fan. So what's the difference here? There's the CANBUS. I don't have CANBUS. What would be CANBUS? Okay. So that attaches like that. So that top fan connects there. Why is the labeling upside down? The logo's here. Why is this installed upside down? Why is all the fans upside down? And then that fan goes there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Seriously. Yeah. It's labeled like this. So see, it says Big Tree Tech. But when you install it, it's upside down. Why would you label it upside down? Why wouldn't you just label it the right way? Like, I'm not saying bad idea. But like, why didn't you guys label it the right way? And then also, apparently, I got to take this sticker out. So let me take this sticker off. Did I set the voltages for the fan via the jumpers? On what? There is no jumpers. They're just 24-volt fans. Everything's 24-volt in this system. Oh, there's a jump. Oh, I see it. Oh, that's what it is. I see it now. That's on the other board, though. Okay, so take the sticker off. Okay, so I took the sticker off. I've got 2 random screws here. What do I got in the box? A cable and a bunch of connectors. Ooh, and a heat sink. I don't know why I have a heat sink. Oh, that's probably for the other side. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why it gave me 2 different sizes of screws, but we're gonna mount this now. It's to trigger my OCD. That makes sense. Okay, so let's mount this now. And now I need another M38. Do I have one on here? Do I have to go digging? I got one right here. Okay. Okay, that's printing away, so that's good there. There we go. Okay, so that is that. So now I gotta, this wire goes here. So I gotta, okay, so we're gonna have to cut this, clip it, and strip it. And then I think hopefully these are DuPonts here. Heck yeah, DuPonts. It's been a hot minute since I've used DuPonts. My hands are getting cold. My hand, you know how when you get cold and you could tell your nose is starting to get cold? That's me right now. I don't know if we'll make it to the full 3-hour stream today. We shall see. We shall see how long I can hold out. We'll see how it goes. Because it's a bit chilly out. Yeah, it comes with all the connectors I need. I just gotta clip it and strip it. And that, okay, that's printing away good there. Perfect. This gives us time to do this. I was actually tempted to build a snowman. I was gonna open the door and build a snowman on the desk and go live and hide under the desk and have the snowman talking. But then I'm like, wait a minute, it's cold as shit outside. I'm not letting any extra cold air in here. Okay, which one do I need? Which one is the, these are the DuPonts, okay. So what I'm doing is I'm basically, we're putting DuPont connectors so we can attach the fan directly to this. Uh-oh, where'd you go? It'd be epic if Chelsea model a snowman with a beard classic. There we go. That's that one. And I hate DuPonts. I can never get DuPonts to the second part where you have the two wires that are supposed to overlap. I can never get them to crimp right. What is cold as, well, if here's the thing, let's be honest, I live south of Detroit, okay? So in terms of cold, I live south of Detroit. So won't claim to be like, you know, master of the cold, but like right now it is currently negative 12 Celsius outside, and in my garage it is 12 Celsius. So if you're wondering about the temperature delta between inside and outside, it's 20 degrees difference. And it's still, my feet are getting cold. I'm wearing shoes and my feet are starting to get a little chilly. The board is garbage. You had to solder those thermistor wires. Well, apparently this is the newer board, which is better. So we'll see. These stupid wires are so small. I keep not getting good connection. Yeah, the PA09s, which are my go-to crimpers, aren't the best at these crimps. They're not great at DuPont. They work, but they're not the greatest. At least these are labeled so I can actually see what the frickin' positive and negative are. So, they got that going for them, which is nice. Like, why do I smell burning? And it's like, oh, it's plastic printing. It's not burning. Tweezers? Tweezers. Where are my tweezers? Oh, they're right here. There we go. The freezing rain starts tonight. Ooh, that sucks. We're lucky we don't really have freezing. We had some of that weather the other night, but not right now. Like right now, it's just cold and windy. Okay. So you go like that. Okay. So that goes on like that. And then this one goes on like that. Okay. So this one I gotta cut now. But yeah, I'm hoping. I've got 2 video ideas for this week. It depends how cold it is out here tomorrow when I try to film. Put it that way. If it's cold tomorrow, you're getting a computer video of all things. If it's not cold out here tomorrow, hopefully the first part of the Power Armor video series. But we'll see how the weather is. We'll see how the weather is. Because it's a bit nipply out. -3 in Pennsylvania. Oh, that ain't too bad. It's always funny. Like there's oh no, that's Pennsylvania. It's like I'll be watching like a bot grinder video, and he's out there just flying is like a quad around outside. I'm like, that would be nice. It's like the problem with our winter. Why I don't fly my quads in the winter is our winters are very windy where I am. You don't get windless days in the winter here. Like it's always 20 to 40 kilometer-hour gusts in the winter where I am. So our winters are not fun for flying quads around. And then also everything's wet usually. So right now it's actually surprisingly cold out. Our winters are usually just like wet and windy where I'm at. So like, you know, you crash in the mud type stuff. Sucks. -33. Oof. I've been cold. You guys, for those that, you know, long viewers of the channel, I've been to the Arctic in February. This was years ago, back when I did the army stuff. I've been cold. So I don't want to do that again. That one I already used. It's bad. -18 in Sweden. That was us the other night. The other night it got down to -18 at night, plus wind chill. Dang it, I hate these stupid DuPonts. Don't want to freaking crimp. Try the smaller one. Oh, also, guess what happened to my LDO V2? I call it that because that's the only really, like, when you have, I have like what, 3 V2s? Yeah, I've got 3 V2s. So this is Tallboi, I've got LDO V2, and then I got V226, which is my oldest V2, which is the 250. Guess what happened the other day when I was trying to print something on the LDO V2? Guess what happened to the print? Guess what happened to the printer? Guess what happened? Who can guess what happened? Who can guess what happened? You won't, the answers will surprise you. The answer will, it may shock you even. Because you probably didn't see it coming. Broken wire? Oh my God, how'd you know? At least I think it's a broken wire, because my extruder started making the clicking noise that like a motor makes when you tell it to extrude, and it just goes like so I think it's a broken wire. Don't know for sure, but originally, for those that don't know the lore, this was supposed to get Nighthawk. This was slated to get Nighthawk. Well, actually, okay, to be fair, originally this was supposed to get an M8P in this CANBUS board. And then Big Tree Tech never really, like, it never showed up. And then I talked to them at Smurf, and they're like, you just want to crack it instead? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I've got to crack it now. So originally this was supposed to get a CANBUS board and an M8P. Now it's getting a Kraken. But before the Kraken showed up, it was actually slated to get a Nighthawk and a Leviathan. But then the Kraken showed up first. So this is getting the Kraken. So I was like, well, what am I going to put the Leviathan in? And then, like a miracle, the LDO V2 just started throwing wires again. So I'm like, well, guess who's getting their brain ripped out next? So, okay. So I think that's it. I've got both of these wires in. Yeah. You can also use the PWM fan, which I'm not using. Contains 4 pins, so we don't have that. And then that's the RGB, which I'm not using RGB on this at all, because I don't have RGB. Simple as that. Okay, so now I need the other thing, and now I need to put some jumpers on it, apparently. Where are the jumpers at? I don't have jumpers. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's the jumpers. That's the jumper. Okay, so where do I put this? Because I need to put 24 volt, because they're both 24 volt fans, I believe. Yeah, they're 24 volt, okay. So 24 volt is on the left. Mine doesn't look like that, but mine's on the left. Oh, this is even different. So, okay, on this one, it shows all the way on the left is 24 volt. On mine, it's all the way on the right is 24 volt. So my board doesn't look like that, but small jumper. One jumper? These are so small. And 2 jumper. Right there. He's so small. He's so small. Yeah, this is an RP2041, which I got a little heat sink I got to put on it too. A little heat sink on it. So it's the RP2041. It's whatever the newest one is. Yeah, this is the RP2041. because it's got the little Raspberry Pi logo. Put the little heat sink on. Okay, so we got probe, which we don't have probe. We got end stop, so that'll be end stop, will be the end stop, because we don't have a probe on this. So I'm gonna have to make a little wire. I'm gonna have to make a little jumper wire for this. Okay, so I'm hoping I don't need to do anything before. I could just go right to installing this. I hope I don't have to like flash this. The SP22, why is it a nightmare to work with? I've had a few different people say things about this, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know. Anyways, we'll make this work. We'll make this work. Oh, the tiny crimps. Oh! No, this just uses JSTs. This just uses like normal JSTs for the crimps. I should be okay. Okay, so now I gotta mount this. So let's spin this sideways. So I printed off a little spacer. Somebody told me I had to print a spacer, so I printed a spacer. So apparently this goes like that. And then this mounts in here. So, well, first I got to take off these little covers for the solder mask. Oh, that's cool. So on the back here is there's the driver. On the other side, you got a big fat built-in heatsink, so you can see the copper pour right there, and then there's the driver. So you probably could put a heatsink on the other side if you really wanted to, right on that copper pad to help dissipate heat. But it's a 2209, and it's only running a Toolhead board, so it should be okay, I think. We should be okay. So this goes in here like that. I gotta put a spacer in there. Okay, and M3/8, I'm assuming. This is kind of finicky to work with, I will say. Also, my hands are getting cold. Chilly, chilly, chilly willy. Nope. What is the Allen key for this? There we go. The heatsink needs to go on the copper spot to cool the driver. Does it? I put it on the RP2040, but I'll just go get another heatsink. I've got a bunch of heatsinks. I'll just put another heatsink on there for the driver, if that's what I'm supposed to do. Were you taught to focus well in the arm? What? What do you mean focus well? Heads up, Taylor. Why are you saying heads up? Alan, why are you saying heads up? Why weren't they mounted in the factory? Because a few different reasons. Usually because they stick on. Oh, no worries, Steve. I got a replacement printing now. Somebody sent me a link to one on printables. So hopefully it's all good. I don't know why this one doesn't want to go in. Okay, so you go there, you go there. Okay. So you're gonna go in like that. Okay, this doesn't fit. What do you mean this doesn't fit? Why don't you fit? Why don't you fit? What are you hitting on? Why don't you fit? Are you does the Galileo, this should drop right in on the Galileo 2 one. Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to use a spacer because it's got, I think this has built-in spacers. So I don't need the spacer. Because with the spacer it doesn't fit. Yeah, I don't think I need the spacer because the Galileo 2 mount has a built-in spacer. I think. Oh. Yeah, that makes more sense. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, you can't really see what I'm doing. This is the problem with working on this kind of stuff. Camera angles don't really help. No. Yeah. The Voron tap changer. I have. I won't be playing. I don't play with beta stuff too much anymore. Like, I wish I had the time to play around with beta stuff more, but unfortunately, just with my current schedule and the stuff I do and the projects I'm working on, unfortunately, I just don't have time to play around with beta stuff like I used to. So I'm not going to go out of my way to self-source stuff and whatnot. I don't. That's not in my things I do anymore. So while the tap changer does look really cool, and I would love to build one, until there's like kits for it and it's an actual finished product, I probably won't. I'm not going to go out of my way to self-source something. I will say, basically after the ERCFA, if you guys remember when I built the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder, I was building that as they were wrapping up the manual. And honestly, that's like one of my, like, I wouldn't say I regret that series, but looking back on that build series, I was not happy with the way it turned out because I was basically like stumbling through it because I was building it as the manual was being finalized and a bunch of stuff was like out of date while I was doing it. I just wasn't happy with it. So in the future, like, in case you haven't noticed, I won't really do beta stuff anymore. Like, I won't really do something until it's, like, done. Okay, so, as you can see here, we have the Toolhead board mounted. And then we have this. So this should just snap right on, hopefully. Line up the pins. And that should just go on like that. Yeah, there you go. And it's connected, hopefully. Anything to do with 3D printing ever done? No, but there's a difference between, like, you know, here's the files, good luck, and here's a full illustrated manual with all the final components you need and everything. Like, there's a bit of a difference. There is a difference between those setups. Again, all the belts are loose on this. That's why you're seeing it bounce around. Ooh, bracket's done. So if you wonder why I call the VZ-Bot my bracket machine, you basically just saw why. Because my VZ-Bot is my bracket, or my rat rig is my bracket machine. I just keep a big fat spool of ABS loaded with it, and if I need to print something fast and quick, that's what the rat rig does. Because let's be honest, the bamboo takes longer to heat up. It takes longer to get going. So I find it's easier just to print that kind of small stuff on the rat rig. Also, it's got a 0.6 high flow nozzle, so it just goes. Will I build an ERCFA V2? Yeah, they reached out and they want to send me a kit. I think it's the ERCFA team actually reached out to me, or somebody did. I don't know who. Somebody's like, hey, you want to build an ERCFA too? I'm like, yeah. They're like, cool, we'll send you a kit. I'm like, cool. So I do plan on building one at some point. I don't know exactly when. It is on the docket. And I would like to put it attached to probably the LDO V2. So at least I have rollover capability too. So that's something I want to do, which means I need to put a new extruder in that machine. I don't know what extruder to use, but I need to put a new extruder in that machine because it's got a Clockwork 1 in it. And I need to put something with a filament runout sensor too. I know you don't really need it, but I do want to have one. Isn't the Kraken overkill for 2.4? Yeah. But if I ever want to make this a tap changer or a stealth changer or whatever the heck it's called now, this would be a good one for it because I got tons of room up here to put stuff. Also, it helps that this is I need to get a 330 bed. I actually have 330 on the print volume on this machine, but I only have a 12-inch bed in it. And I'm not going to go buy a bed for an extra inch. So I actually have a bunch of extra room. Make it all-wheel drive? No, I don't need all-wheel. You don't need all-wheel drive. You don't. You don't. Whoa, okay. I also need to not drop the printer. Okay, so now I got to figure out where all these plug in. So I need to go get another, is that, yeah, that's plugged in. Are you plugged in? Yeah. Okay, so where do these go? So there's end stop, there's probe. I don't have probe. Make it into IDEX since you have spare room. No, IDEX would be too much room. Okay. So where does all this go? So I've got probe, I've got end stop. So end stop will be that guy. Where's my heaters go? Can be used on cell current, the maximum wire length of the heater cartridge. So the heater cartridge plugs into the back. Oh, I see it. I see it. It's in the back there. Is it just microfit? Please tell me it's microfit so I can just plug it right in. Heck yeah, that's microfit. Okay, well, the heater plugs right in. Cool, I don't have to redo the heater. So the heater wiring stays the same. That's good to know. So I just plug the heater in, we're good there. Okay, where's the thermistor? Thermistor goes, wait, what is this? Oh, that's PT100, there's the thermistor. Thermistor goes right there. I really wish they gave me an actual pinout. Is there a pinout of this board? Yeah. Okay, thermistor's right there. Okay. Thermistor there. Okay, mine looks completely different than this. Mine looks completely different than that board. Mine looks completely different than that board. Wrong manual. It's an EB2209. Like, there's only the one manual. The EB2209. Or SB2209. That's what I have. Link in the Discord. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let me just double check, yeah. Yeah, that's good there, that's good there. 24 volts, yep, we're good there. Okay, I don't have LEDs, cool. Okay, this looks a bit better. That makes more sense, okay. So you put the heat sink there. Okay, let me find a heat sink. I think I have spare heat sinks. I should have spare heat sinks somewhere. I mean, I could just take the heat sink off one of those controllers, but I'm pretty sure I have spare heat sinks somewhere. Nope, that doesn't have a spare heat sink. What about you? Do you have a spare heat sink? Nope. Do you have a spare heat sink? Nope. Like, I should have spare heat sinks. I mean, I have a bunch downstairs. Let me just run downstairs. I'll just go grab one downstairs. I know I have some downstairs. I'll be back in 1 second. We're just gonna do it. Yeah, I got one, but I put it on the RP2040 instead of putting it where I was supposed to put it. And I'm not gonna take it off. So I'm just gonna go get one. I'm gonna keep walking and talking now. Hey, Pupper. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm walking and talking and talking and walking. And I'm totally not doing this also to play, you know, me being outside where it's cold and it's windy and I don't like it. Do you have one I can use? No, you're too big. Where is my heat sinks? Heat sinks. There we go. That's too big. Why are all these heat sinks huge? I don't need a heat sink. I need a little heat sink. Little heat sink. Little heat sink. Little heat sink. One in here. Nope, that's a big heat sink. Why are they all big heat sinks? I don't think it matters, but I'll put a big heat sink. I guess that's what we got. Yep. Yep, okay, big heat sink it is. Big heat sink it is, unless we'll just use that. Okay, that'll work. Will work. Copper's always good. Copper's always good. I like copper. There we go. Okay. There we go. Hey, Pupper. There we go. Brr. Brr, brr, brr. Okay. So I have two options. I actually got this big, chunky copper one and this small one. The problem is, how much room do I have? Do I have enough room to... No. Okay, I'm going to have to cut this copper one down. So I've got this nice fancy copper one, but it's too big, so I got to shorten it. So cut right about there, right about there. Okay. That ain't gonna cut. No. I know I have a saw somewhere. I know I have a saw somewhere. I mean, I could just... Wow, that's really stiff. There we go. Of course, now it dropped on the ground. I don't know where it went. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Gotcha. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. So we are now a click spring channel. Deburr that. Just a little bit of copper, just a little bit of copper. Still good, it's still good. I just don't want any burrs falling off after the install. There we go. There we go, now I can put this on and it's a nice, shiny copper heatsink. Go. And that should be able to close fully. Yep, we're good. We're good. Okay. We're good there. Yeah, it's like I could have used this big guy, but it's too big. And now I've got this little guy that I can put on something. I don't know what, but I'll put it in the box and then one day I'll use it for something. 48 volts. We're not doing 48 volts yet. The plan for this is I want to build it up fully stock first. And then we'll play around with 48 volt. Because it's actually kind of easy to add 48 volts to this because all the hardware will be there. I'm just gonna have to get a 48 volt power supply and throw it in. So the plan is to run this stock at 24 volt and then we'll upgrade to 48 volt and then I can milk it for content to see if it's worth it. Okay. CANBUS, when the EV device uses CAN communication as the final device in the CAN, you must plug in a jumper at the 120R position. Okay, so I gotta put a jumper in, but where? Where is the 120R? Right there? I don't see anything there. Wait, what? The final device, you must plug a jumper in at the 120R. Right here? Right there? What? Oh, FedEx message. We provided. Okay, yeah, it looks like I gotta go to FedEx. They're like, we need proof that you're gonna test it. It's like, fuck, okay. So what do you mean jumper in the 120 position? I don't see it. A jumper in the one. What does that mean? Poorly hidden by a blue square. Where? I am blind. Where? Oh, right there. Okay, so I got to put a jumper in. Right there. Okay, so let me put a jumper in. So this is the only thing in the CANBUS, so I'm assuming I need to put the jumper there. Okay, 1 second. Knocked a bunch of stuff down. Yep. Okay, get the little itty bitty with my tweezers. For my tweezers. So I've got to put an itty bitty little jumper right there. Nope. There we go. Okay. Yeah, don't use a blue call. Yeah. Okay. Is useless. The minimum wire length of the motor is 76. Okay, so we need to put this into that, which shouldn't take too long. Okay, and go up, over, and in. Okay. So or clipping and stripping. Right about there. Ooh, my feetsies are getting cold. Okay, the Raspberry Pi Pico, yeah. Okay, so that's that. So now I need to use, I'm assuming these connectors. Do I have some cardboard to stand on? No, I'm standing on concrete. But I do have my Walmart slip-ons. I probably should have something to stand on, to be honest. I'm probably losing so much heat through the concrete floor. Problem is I don't have cardboard to stand on because I actually did a garbage sweep and got rid of a bunch of cardboard. I do have some here. Yeah. Much not better. Okay. Luckily, it's supposed to be, by this time next week, we're going to be up above freezing again, so. Apulo, I have a spare 530 millimeter Mic 6 plate with heater you could send me. Why do you have a spare 500 and something millimeter bed just floating around? I mean, I've got a spare 300 bed, but that at least makes sense. And actually, I'm probably going to put it in here. Actually, shit, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that bed in here because that bed's probably better than this bed. So we're probably going to do a bed swap on this too next week. Because the way things are going, we're not doing any firmware today. Today is just a hardware day. Do you just add another PSU? Basically, the way this controller works is you have a separate motor in, and all the drivers and everything on this board are designed to handle up to 48 volts. So what you still need a 24 volt power supply for, you know, everything but the motors, but the motors have a separate motor in. So what you can do is you can plug in a 24 volt power source to it, or you can power in 48 volts because they're all 2160 drivers. So they're all high volt drivers, so you can do that. Up to 60. Yeah, but you're not going to find an under 60 above 48 power supply, really. Like, they're spec'd up to 60 for a safety margin, but you're not going to put a, what's up after, you can put a 60 volt power supply, I guess, but then you have no overhead. And you kind of want some overhead. Oh, these are going to be a pain to crimp, aren't they? I can't even see, this is the problem. I have to get new glasses soon, shoot. Come on. There we go. Yeah, 2160s are 5160s without some of the motion controller stuff removed. And the thing is, we don't lose anything because you don't need that, essentially. For the way we're running them, you don't need that motion controller stuff. So 5160s versus 2160s on a 3D printer, functionally, you're not going to notice any difference other than it's going to be a little bit lower cost and it's going to be more compact and they're going to generate less heat. Like Duet uses, I think, does Duet use 5160s on the Duet 3? I think they use 5160s on the Duet 3. But Duet 3 is also meant for like CNC and other higher tier rolls than just 3D printers, so makes a bit more sense there. If I have access above 250, 2500 you should be able to do 2500. Yeah, you should be able to do over 2500 accels. How warm are your motors? Like when your printer's running, can you put your hands on the motors, and what temperature are the motors? If the motors are like cold to room temperature, you could try up in the amperage. Like if the motors are already screaming hot, you might have shitty motors. But if the motors are cool and you're having skipping issues at 2500 Excel on a V0, you should be able to bump up the amperage and give them some more juice. Because that could be it. It could just be, you know, you're not giving them enough oomph. Is this the right connector? I think this is the right connector. No, that's not the right connector. Where is the right? Are you the right connector? No. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Wait a minute. These aren't JSTs. Why'd you give me? Oh, what the heck? Did I put the wrong connectors on this? That's supposed to be JST 4-pin. Did I put the wrong connector on this? That's a JST, I think. Not a whatever these little ones are. Shoot. Where are my JSTs? Where are my JSTs? There they are. Did I put the wrong connectors on this? Yeah, that's JST. Black, green, red, blue. Black? Okay. Don't tell me I gotta repin. Oh, shoot. Yeah, oh, bloody hell. Okay, so this only has 2 different kinds of connectors. It's got DuPont and then these little guys. And these little guys are too little. So I gotta, it gave me the wrong connectors. The kit comes with the wrong connectors. Yeah, it came with the wrong connectors. Okay, so I gotta recrimp this. That sucks. Because these are like super itty bitty ones. Great, 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 great. Okay, cut these all off. Cut these all off. That's great. Thank you for wasting a bunch of resources. Now I gotta find my pins for the JSTs. There we go. I gotta put these on. What would be the first upgrade you do? None. Print it stock for a bit and find out if you have any issues with the printer requiring mods. It's an LDO V2 kit. It's already comes from the factory with a bunch of the regular mods you would do. So if you just built it, start printing shit. Have fun with your printer for a bit. And then if you start running into, oh, I wish it had this, I wish it had this, then start looking at mods. This isn't an Ender 3 V2. Or, you know, you didn't go to Micro Center and buy a $99 Ender that requires, you know, half a Thingiverse to function properly. Print it stock for a bit, and then think about mods. Especially if it's a new build. Because the last thing you want to do on a new build of a custom printer that you built yourself is start modding it, and then run into issues, and then you don't know if the issues are from the printer or the mods you did. And then you're going to be troubleshooting. So. Yeah, only mod, like I'm a big fan of only modding stuff if you need to do the mod. If you need the functionality or to fix a deficiency, yeah, then go ahead and mod. But, you know, if all you're doing is printing a random meme print a month off whatever social media you're on, and your printer is working fine, you don't need to mod it. Now, if you want to mod it, go ahead. But if you're asking me which mods do you need, you don't need any mods on a stock machine. Put tap on it. That's about it. And if you already have tap, then you're good to go, in my opinion. But what also is good to go is if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker Filament, every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker Filament at the end of the stream. So you may want to enter to win that spool of Polymaker Filament. God damn it, I hate these stupid connectors. Come on. There we go. Okay, one. Modding an SB to add the max chip, that sucks. That's why I just use thermistors. Unless it's a high-tech machine, I just put a normal thermistor in. I don't bother with the PT100s or 1000s. Or I put whatever the PT1 that doesn't need the crazy chip. Like even my machine that Toasty Boy only has a PT 1000, whatever the one you don't need the max chip for, the one that just plugs in normally. That's what Toasty has. A piece of a sleeve that didn't come off. There we go. What's the difference between the SB 2040 and 2209? The driver, I think. Okay, here's how you know which one to use. If it's a Big Tree Tech product, use the newest one. Because, you know, as much as I like Big Tree Tech, their early versions of things usually have issues. No offense, but usually their first couple revisions of a product have issues. So if you're buying a product from Big Tree Tech, buy whatever the newest version of it is, usually. Usually, not always, but usually. So. One more. Wait, no, not that one. This one. What's the mod tap? Tap's not a mod. It's an official Voron product or design. Tap allows your tool head to do this. Ready? Ready? Boop. Use your nozzle probe. I got a video on my channel. Do you want to know more? Go check out the video on my channel. But TLDR nozzle probe. No. Are you? Oh, no, you're on. You're on. There we go. Okay. So that's that. So what is my pinout again? Black, green, red, blue. Black, green, red, blue. Get in your hole. Get in your hole. There you go. There you go. Black, green, red, blue. Cool. go. That goes like that. Okay, so now we got our motor plugged in. So now I got, that's that. Yeah, this is a regular thermistor. Yeah, see, it's called out here. This is used as a regular JST, which this kit did not come with any actually. So kind of disappointed about that. Luckily I had some in stock. So this will go, see, don't give me this weird ISO. Give me the actual, where does this go? So I don't need to worry about any of this. So this goes to that first one, so TH0. Okay. I gotta shorten this and put a little plug on that. So this one's gonna be fun because this is gonna use the stupid little one, I bet. Go. What did FedEx do to me? It's not what they did to me, it's what they didn't do, which is deliver my package. So now, tomorrow, I get to drive all the way across town tomorrow and go fiddle with customs, because the FedEx have basically said they can't do anything. I just got a message from Sean, who works at FedEx, who's like, hey buddy, yeah, you're probably best go and clear it yourself because, yeah, I don't want to work. You know, we're being paid to deliver your package and deal with customs and everything. Yeah, we're just gonna make you go do it. And then we're gonna still send you a bill. So. Because now we're up to day 4 of somebody telling me they would call me back and nobody calling me back. At least this time I got an email, so. I'll take the email at least. At least I got something. Which really sucks because tomorrow's Costco day, so that means I gotta drag the wifey, which I really don't want to do because now she's gonna be stuck waiting for me to deal with customs. Okay. So you're not missing anything cool. I'm just connecting wires on stuff. Well, I'm tempted to send him an invoice after. Sorry, if you're getting paid to do your job and you don't do your job and then you ask me to pay you, why would I pay you? It's like, wait a minute. Okay. Get in your hole, get in your hole. There we go. Go, thermistor's in. Okay. Okay, so I don't have a probe. I have tap. So I don't have an X end stop, I have tap. Okay, use for on tap. So tap goes there, it uses the middle 3, and that's 5 volt GPIO ground. So this board is good for both 5 volt and that. So I think we're good there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reuse these pins, I think. Yeah, because that's a full size, I think. Yeah. So I gotta make a little connector cable here to connect these two, I think. Nope. Oh shoot. Oh, don't tell me this uses a weird proprietary thing. Or does this use this? I think it uses that. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay. So I'm gonna use green, black, and red. Because why not? Or blue, black, and red. Blue, black, and red, blue, black, and red. Yeah, we use blue, black, and red. works. Yeah, not having to worry about shorting is always a good thing. There we go. Okay. And then this uses these little guys. Got these little fellas here. Now Nero's an anime. Kawaii AF. There we go. What are the duty rates? Yes. Usually you just pay tax. So, what, 11 or 13%? Where I find this one? Somebody linked it in the Discord. It's on their GitHub. Although I gotta look up which connectors I use for the this board right here, because I don't think it's labeled. Oh, ground, positive, and I'm assuming the middle is that. But let me double check. I don't want to accidentally. Last thing you want to do is accidentally plug in the wrong thing. Yeah. Okay. So let me take a look here. Ground, positive, and I'm assuming the middle is signal. So bottom is ground, top is positive. Tally tap. Yeah, so this is the metal tap. This is what I got. Yeah, so this is the board it's got. Does it have a labeling anywhere? I think they all have the same wiring, but I want to double check. Newegg? You can buy Voron tap kits on Newegg? Yeah, ground signal plus. Yeah, they're all the same. They're all the same. So ground will be black. Signal will be blue. And voltage will be red. Makes sense. Newegg is just yeah. Oh, I know. It's somebody else selling on the Newegg store. Newegg doesn't carry it. It's like Walmart. It's like every now and then you hear there's a news story of like Walmart selling a shirt that says really naughty things on their website. And it's not Walmart. It's some third party put it up on their site. But that's just the way she is nowadays with the way things work. Okay, so now that's gonna go there. Cut you right about there. Hopefully I'm doing this right. Did I cut the right end? I cut the right end. Okay, you're garbage. You are garbage. I am cold. I am getting cold. It is now 12.8. We've warmed up a bit though. It's 12.8 degrees out here now. I will take it. I will take it. So let me point the heater at my butt. Get it rotating again. There you go. Give me the heat. Give me the heat. Oh, please send hot tea. Well, after this, I get to go stand outside and wait for the little guy to get off school, so. At one time, yeah, if only I had some bright, you know, energy inefficient light bulbs. That would help a lot right now. IR heaters. Well, I've got a heater right behind me. The problem is this is a 300 square foot garage, right? My garage is 15 by 20 feet, so whatever that works out to in math. And while the walls are insulated, the ceiling is sort of kind of insulated, not greatly. I gotta sort that out still. And also, the garage door, you know, the garage door is insulated now. It only has like an R5. It's a garage door. You can only shove so much insulation in an inch. So, yeah. Foam sheets on the ceiling. Well, I did go up there and throw some insulation. The problem is not a lot. I gotta get somebody to do blown in up there. That's the problem. Because the problem is like the joists are like 24 inches on center. And there's like all the verticals and whatnot. So it's not like I can just, because originally I was just gonna buy the insulating blankets that you use on like a wall in the basement and just buy like 2 or 3 of those and just lay them down up there and just call it good enough. But unfortunately I can't because there's rafters and everything everywhere. So it's not exactly the easiest. Also, it's cold as heck up there, so I'm not going up there. Let's see here. Okay, so 5 volt is, so this will plug in like that. So that goes like that. Does that actually plug in? Make sure this plugs in. Yeah, okay, that plugs in. Oh, come out. Uh-oh. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. Uh-oh, come on. Dang it. Come on, get out. Okay, dang it. I tried to test fit it to make sure I had the right one, and now it won't come out. Come on, get out of your hole. Oh my God, you piece of shit. Where's my flathead? There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. A little worried for a second there. Like this doesn't want to come out. Okay. So 5 volts is that one. Signal and ground. Okay, so 5 volt is that one. Oh, no, signal, ground. Oh man, I love doing finicky little things with my hands when they're cold. So much fun. So much fun. And by the way, for those wondering, hey, if it's so cold in the garage, why don't you stream from the basement? Because, you know, I've got the second studio down there. The problem is the second studio is an absolute mess right now. The computer's not even together. Like, I've torn it all down because I'm redoing it all. So I don't actually have it set up downstairs. So I can't actually stream from the basement, unfortunately. I would have to, like, spend a couple hours getting it back into a shape where it's, you know, we're good to go, essentially. Okay, so voltage, signal, ground. Okay, that's good. So that plugs in there. That's good. And then this plugs in there. There we go. So that is that. BL Touch. Who uses a BL Touch? Okay, that connects all that. So this uses a different one because this is stiffer. So this uses like this with a zip tie, I think. So let me get this kind of cleaned up. Got a diesel heater. I could do that. Ooh. Got three. Yeah, there's a reason I don't use BL touches, and a lot of the Boron people don't. They're inconsistent. They're susceptible to noise from heat and other electronics interference. So a lot of Boron guys just don't use them. They're kind of a pain in the butt in terms of reliability. And what's the point of using something if it's not reliable? Is this the right screw? No. I know I have a 50 mil screw. I need a 50 mil screw. I need a 50 mil screw. 50 mil screw. I know I have some somewhere. M350. There we go. There we go. 50 mil screw. Yeah. There we go. There's that. There's that. I need a max win. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, where the... There we go. Tap is superior to clicky. In my opinion, I prefer the operation of tap over clicky. Tap has the advantage of being a nozzle probe, okay? So with a nozzle probe, you're actually probing what you're printing on, okay? Now, granted, clicky does the same thing, okay? So in my opinion, they're mechanical probes that actually probe the bed surface. The difference between tap and clicky is simplicity. Clicky has offsets you have to worry about, and you're not actually probing the bed surface with what you're actually printing with. So there's always going to be an offset there. So there's going to be a Z offset and an X offset because it's set behind the nozzle. And I think there's a little bit of a Y as well. But you still need something to set your actual Z0, which you could do with the switch, you know, with a lot of boron, or you could just use tap, which is literally one end stop and no macro hell. Because the thing with clicky, you have to dock it and undock it. It's a bit of a macro hell. I'm not a huge fan of macro hells. It works. Obviously, I have it installed in my LDO kit. It works. But, you know, if we're going to be rebuilding it, we're going to tap. Because I do have that Chaotic Lab tap kit that I might actually put in here at some point. So, this is the connector it uses. This is a CANBUS. This isn't a standard CANBUS. It's Molex +2. So you've got like an XT30 or an XT60, or is it 90? No, XT30. So it's an XT30 plus 2 cans. It's a weird connector. It's not standard to anything, I don't think, but it's the connector this uses. So plug that in. And that doesn't work the way I want it to. So somebody said this was the mount used for it, and it's not. So let me take this off, see what I can do. Is that right? Is that down all the way? I guess it's... Oh, there's... Okay, the solder pads for, okay, I don't, there's like, you know what? Let's do this. Come on. Unplug you. Come on. There we go. Okay, so, yeah. You can see here, you have this little USB-C on the other side, and you got these little two globs of solder, and they're already rubbing on the connector. You can see them rubbing on the connector already. So when you put the connector in, okay, it kicks it on an angle. It doesn't sit flush. Yeah, I know you can't focus that close, but that's that. Okay, well, I'll make it work, and then I'll just zip tie it in place. Maybe if I loosen those up, I can print pretty fast. Print what pretty fast? Okay, let's see, if I loosen both of these, can I shift this board around at all? Is there room to shift it? Nope, not really. Oh well. It is what it is. Okay, make that go there. Go there. Get a zip tie. My feet are cold. Chaotic Lab had a bad sensor board for Rico sent one last Monday within 40 minutes. Oh, nice. Zip tie that in. Okay, so we got that is reinforced with that zip tie, and then I can close the hatch. And all of this should stay under here. Oh no, why don't you want to close? What are you hitting on? What are you hitting on? What's holding you up? Nothing. Nothing's holding you up. Why are you being held up? There we go. Okay. Little screw. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, so for those wondering, there's our setup. So we got thermistor, heater, the two fans are attached to the front board, and our end stop, and then there's that. So voila, there's our CANBUS setup. Get my little screwdriver here. What's this? I don't like where that screw is sitting. 1 second. There we go. Oop. Oh no! Oh no, my little screw! Come on. Get in your hole. There we go. Voila. And this is CANBUS. So I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you. You can all come over here, you can come all over here. Behold, the CANBUS toolhead. And this goes through this. Does it not fit through the thing? It doesn't fit through the thing. Am I gonna have to take the wires off? I am. I have to take the wires off this. Okay. Yellow, green. Class, remember, yellow and green. Yellow and green. So it doesn't actually fit through this, so I gotta... I got one out. Nope, come on. There we go, yellow and green, okay. That goes through that. That goes through that. That goes through that, and that goes through that. Oh, no, wrong way. Yellow, green, there we go. And that goes over all of that, okay. Okay, that's that. Put this back on. Yellow and green, right? Right, class? Yellow and green. I don't want to accidentally mess up my CANBUS cables here, because that would be bad. There we go. Okay, you screw into there. Okay. Now, luckily, you get a ton of cable with this, because this again is designed to work with a Phoenix, which this is not a Phoenix, so we have a lot of cable. There we go. That goes like that. That goes like that. There we go. There we go. And then this will go all the way to the bottom. So now we can put our Kraken in this finally. Oh, I did not like that noise. There we go. Okay. The Kraken. There we go. Those fit, kind of, sort of. Okay. The CANBUS switch wire setup. I don't know. I've never done that. I haven't played with CANBUS in a while. The last time we played with CANBUS was the salad fork build, and that had a bunch of random little issues with it. So. By the way, after we get this mounted, I'm calling it, because I am getting cold and I am hungry. So as soon as this is mounted, that's gonna be it for the stream. So we're probably gonna end the stream at 1:30 today. Give me time to eat some lunch before picking up the little guy from school, so that's good. So if you haven't entered yet for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description, enter for your chance. You might want to do that now. Drill polycarbonate already in use. Good luck. Polycarbonate cracks when you drill holes in it. Try to avoid putting holes in polycarbonate, or is it acrylic? I can never remember which one. But TLDR, they'll crack on you. They will crack on you. Is there any good chance a customs issue? Check it right now. Okay. I mean, if you, who is that? Who was it that messaged me there? Brad. Yeah, Brad. If you can somehow sort me out, I will be much appreciated. If you have the ability to sort that out, I would be much appreciated. Let me know what you need. I'm assuming you would need like my tracking number and whatnot. Because I just don't want to have to drive all the way over there. Like, I'm already going into town tomorrow for Costco, because tomorrow's Costco day, which is awesome. So I'm already going into town, but if I can avoid, you know, spending 2 hours of my life sitting at the customs office, I'll appreciate it. You can drill through acrylic problem using a regular. It's not drilling through it, that's the problem. You can drill through acrylic pretty easily. The issue is once you put a hole in acrylic, or polycarbonate, I can't remember, I think it affects both, honestly, the same. Once you put a hole in it, it's just very prone to cracking from that point onwards. Polycarbonate doesn't crack. Okay, so maybe it's acrylic then that cracks. So, okay, these guys. Oh, no, I think that's the wifey leaving for work. What's the conclusion with FedEx? We don't have a conclusion with FedEx. The FedEx guy has pretty much said at this point, customs wants proof that I'm going to test the printer, which I really don't have proof of that other than, hey, I have a YouTube channel. It's not like, you know, I have, you know, I wrote, like, it's not that I, you know, oop, I put that in the wrong way. I want it this way. Yeah, I turn that around. I don't have proof. Like they're like, oh, we want written proof that you're going to be testing the printer. And I'm like, what do you mean written proof? Like, and what do they want? They want, let me pull it up here because it's stupid. Because they're like, we want this document. And I'm like, I don't have that. They're like, what's the serial number? I'm like, it's like a toaster. It doesn't have a serial number. It's like a freaking toaster. Is it? Yeah, they provide paperwork on the testing of goods and what evaluations are to be done. Invoice says sold, provide model number and the FMV of goods when ready to be sold. Okay, for one, what's the FMV mean? I don't know what the FMV means. And I'm also not selling it. It's like, the serial number is 7. Honestly, it probably is. There's not a lot of them. Fair market value. Oh, well, I sent you the fair market value. Why are you asking me for the fair market value if I sent you the fair market value? Oh my God. Just fair market value. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hopefully I didn't drop anything. What is that piece of plastic from? Hopefully that piece of plastic wasn't important. Don't think it was. I think we're good. Issues here. Kino, it's not so much it's a 3D printer, it's that it's an object over $1,000 coming into the country and they're suspicious of it. That's the thing. Anytime it's a several $1,000 item, they kind of get a little suspicious of it. Saving industrial. I don't know. The thing is, they didn't know what it was at first because it was marked as like toy making thing. I don't know. It is what it is. They want the fair market. I know they want the FedEx market value. Oh. It's got to be cold out. My wife's leaving for work. I can hear her in the front yard or in the driveway there, clearing snow off her car, trying to get it going. I think her car was frozen shut. What printer is stuck at customs? I can't say, but it's a printer I'm supposed to be doing testing and evaluation on. So, yeah. I don't actually have it, and I'm not at liberty to discuss what exactly printer it is, so I'm not going to tell you. But let me just put it this way. I am really not happy that I don't have it yet. Can I fit in the printer? Yeah. Wait, no, I want it the other way around. I want those at the bottom. There we go. And then that connects to that. Ha. That goes there. Then I also have a power cable, I think. Yeah. And then this powers that. Oh, that's a Raspberry. Oh, I gotta get a USB. That's a USB-B. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna call it. I'm cold. I am cold. I'm cold. Okay. This is motor 1. Yeah, because we're gonna have to. I'm gonna shorten all these wires. I'm gonna make it look all pretty. Yeah, we're gonna spend some time cleaning up this wiring because this is a bit of a mess under here. But there we go. And also, I got to rebuild the wire loom for this head. So, for those wondering, here we go. There's the octopus. The octopus is now mounted, or correction, the Kraken's now mounted. We've got my fans here, my Noctuas to keep it cool. So that'll move enough air across here. This is a big enough heatsink, and actually, I kind of want the air hitting the heatsink from this side because there's ribs on this side. There's actually vents on that side, versus this side, it's all flat. So I do want the air coming in this way. All the motors will be connected there. Power hookups down here, and then everything else will be there. So there we go. And then there's that. So I can plug this back in actually. SSR is there. Yeah, we're good. I'm gonna replace the bed on this. I've got a LDO 300 bed that I'm gonna put on this. So I gotta swap the bed on this. Yeah. So for now, there we go. I think that's all we're gonna get to today because I am cold and I am hungry. But we got the CANBUS toolhead installed. We got the Kraken installed. So all we got to do next stream is wire it up and start getting the config set up, which that's gonna be fun. I haven't done a CANBUS config in a while. Also, if you're wondering how much wire you get with this, I've got plenty of wire. There's plenty of wire. Plenty of wire. That's so clean. And then I'll just have that going there. Okay, you got 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, we're gonna do our giveaway draw. So enter for your chance, link in the video description. Actually, downloads. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything in that build guide. That's all that, that's all that, that's all that, that's all that, that's all that. Okay, we didn't do this because this uses a different connector. Yeah, because this uses USB-C. Yeah, this uses that big Molex one. And that's all that. Okay, so we're gonna need all that later. Okay. That'll be fun. There you go. It's 330, but it has a 300 bed. Simple money. When I built this printer was originally a V1. This was originally a V1.5, actually serial number V1-100 actually. And as a V1, it had a 300 by 300 by 400 print volume. So I have a 300 bed, and this is a custom bed. I built this bed myself. Like, I self-sourced the aluminum plate. That's why it's only a 1/4 inch thick, because that's what the local metal supplier had. And I actually took it to work and put it on the Bridgeport to cut the slots to mount it. So when I made this a V2, the V2 is more space efficient than a V1.5. So it actually grew a bit in the XY. It's now like 330-ish in the XY. So it's either I use the same bed and just don't print anything within 15 millimeters of the outside edge. So it's good for like helmets and things that would like overhang the bed. So like something that starts small and goes like that is okay. But what I do is I just tell it it's a 330 bed, and then just when I slice stuff, I just make sure whatever I slice is 15 millimeters in from the outside, and it'll just print on the bed. So yeah, so what I actually should do is find a 330, like I've got the 330 bed on, like flex plate on the VZBot. What I should do is get another 330 and just put it on here, because you don't really print, I don't print right to the edge. And a machine like this, I'd be printing taller stuff. So that little bit of overhang probably wouldn't be too big of a deal. Or I could just put like a 350 bed in here. I mean, because this doesn't have, because this has tap, I don't actually need the limit switch. I don't need the Z offset switch in the print volume. So technically I could just put a 500 bed on it. And just, I have a spare 500 bed, so I'll just put 500 beds on it and just print like that. And if there's a little bit of an overhang, it's not a big deal. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. I've got an extra 500 bed downstairs somewhere. I'll just put a 500 bed on it. So this is actually gonna live on the shelf, which is absolutely hilarious, because where did I put my tape measure? This printer, which is 330 by 330 by, I don't know how much Z I'll have with the CANBUS. We'll say 380 on the Z, because it had more as an earlier Voron. V2s, a Voron V2 was cubed. But as you know, the Toolhead has gotten bigger because it's now direct feed, and we have drag chains and whatnot, and you got CANBUS. So you kind of have like, we've lost Z on the V2 series because our Toolhead is bigger now. But even then, this machine is 26.5 inches tall. Yes, I'm using inches. The Ratrig V-Core 3, which is 200 millimeters cubed and enclosed as well, is 25 inches. Is 25 inches tall. So for an extra 1.5 inches, I get an extra 180 millimeters of print volume. And then on the X, it's what, 19.5 inches on the X, and the Ratrig, which again is 200, is 16.5 inches. So the Ratrig is this big. So for an extra what, for an extra 2.5 inches, you gain an extra 130 millimeters of Z. That just shows you how space efficient the V2 printer is. Like, one of the design goals of the V2 and most Vorons is just print volume to machine size is very efficient. So, oh yeah, Apollo. Yeah, well, you built a 1/2 meter one, so you got a fat rig. Also, the top hat on that machine is a lot bigger. Like, the gantry's down here, and I've got all this extra on top. Versus this, if this goes all the way to the top. Okay. So that is physically the max I can go, which that hits the top. So if I were to put a top hat on this, I would have, how much said? 16 inches. So this is, if I take the top off, I have 16 inches of Z on this. So without that, so what's 16 inches in millimeters? So with the top hat, you're probably about there. So you probably lose about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. 400 mil, yeah. So I'll probably set it up for like 380 just to be safe. You kind of don't want to go all the way to the top. Although what would be smart is actually have the top on hinges. So that way if you do get up all the way to the top, it just bumps it up. But anyways, let's do a giveaway because I am hungry and I am cold. And if you did not enter for your chance to win Filament, you will have another chance on Friday. So let's do this giveaway. Oh, look at you. You guys all agree with me that FedEx sucks. There we go. Okay, I said 16. Give me a number between 1 and 16. I need a number between 1 and 16. I need a number between 1 and 16. 12. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it's going to be right here. It's going to be whoever that is. Right there, that blue line. It's going to be blue. There we go. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, it'll be right there. It'll be right there. It's going to come around. It's going to come around this time. It's going to make it. It's going to... No, it's not. Congratulations to Angus. Angus. Congratulations, Angus Dillon. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So you should be getting an email from me within a half hour. So congratulations, everyone. Golf claps in chat for Angus. Okay, we're gonna call it there. I'm cold. It's now 12.9 degrees Celsius. It's warmed up a bit. So shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Link for them and more in the video description. Did somebody become a member? Did I miss somebody becoming a member? Rumpelmon, thank you for becoming a member. Cheers. So shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for them and more in the video description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. Shout out to Big Tree Tech for providing the Kraken and the Toolhead board that we're using in this build series. I don't have a link to them in the description. I don't have an affiliate link with Big Tree Tech, but you can find them at, you know, wherever Big Tree Tech products are sold. And also shout out to Vitaly for sending me the CNC tap kit. That I don't have a link for. But if you check the previous ones, I gotta make a folder or a playlist for this build series still. And then also, for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible, so I thank you there. So we're gonna call it there. Hopefully there'll be a video on Thursday. If not, it'll just be next week because it's cold out here and filming out here when it's cold sucks. Because I've been out here for 2.5 hours and my nose is cold, my hands are cold, my toesies are cold. He sucks. You're gonna see me in a parka on Friday. So yeah, so enjoy the rest of your week. If you're out there and it's cold, be safe out there. Wash your hands, defrost your breads. If you live in Texas, make sure your taps are running because you're something making fun of your government and the inability to provide heat and power reliably if it gets a little chilly out. Oh my God, it's a little cold in Texas and all the pipes froze. So we're calling it there. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you on Friday. Goodbye. Join the Discord if you haven't joined the Discord. Goodbye.